It's not easy to admit when you've failed, but I'm at a point in this challenge where progression is basically just hard stopped. And I believe it will continue to be hard stopped until I'm able to get Drexlar Blood Twin. And I'm 34 days away from getting Drex. So what that means for me is that I'm not going to progress in this game for 34 more days. And because of that, I feel like I've failed this challenge. And this is not easy to say, but because I have failed, I think that means the series is over. But before you go, there's something I want to say to all of you who have been supporting me and this series, who've been watching along, and to all the people who have left kind words in the comments. First of all, I want to say thank you. Secondly, I think my friend Rick says it a little bit better. I'll let him tell you. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. That's right, I'm just kidding. April Fools. You really think I'd give up like that? Nah, man, we're making good progress, baby. I'm on Dragon 20. Now, it's not a fast run, but we're doing it. I've only seen it fail once. Once again, I just plugged in my clan boss team. But real quick, I do want to see what will happen if I take out Gravechill, and I'm going to try replacing her with War Maiden. I haven't tried this yet. I'm just going to let her rip and see what happens. Let's take Super Raids off just in case we fail. And I'll make myself smaller now that there's action on the screen. And maybe we'll hang out over here by Frozen Banshee. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I haven't tried this yet. I think the reason why this is working so far and has been working with Gravechill Killer on the team is if you look at the team setup, Haikatoon is the only one on this team who is negative affinity. And because of that, she's going to be taking all of the aggro. And because all the others on this team, aside from War Maiden, are in a Guardian set. So with Gravechill Killer on the team, Haikatoon is taking 40% less damage every time she gets attacked. With War Maiden on the team, she's going to be taking 30% less damage every time she gets attacked. Now, she does die quite a bit, but we have Reliquary Tender to pick her back up and heal her back up when she gets low. So I honestly don't know if this is going to work better or worse with War Maiden. This is my first time trying it out. Hopefully it's better. We'll get through the first wave just so you can see it's kind of sloppy. But we do get through it. Sometimes Haikatoon dies, sometimes she lives. Right there, she died. No surprise, she's taking a little bit more damage than she would otherwise with Gravechill on the team. Something I could consider doing is moving War Maiden into a Guardian set. If I can't do it consistently as is. But, yeah, it's definitely by no stretch of the imagination is this a speedrun. But with... I mean, War Maiden's my only AoE damage dealer on this team right now. And it actually feels like it's moving a lot faster. Normally it takes me about 4 minutes. Well, maybe it's about the same. But anyway, I'll jump to the boss and show you guys... once we get to the boss, it's actually really fast. Alright, now we're on the boss. So 4 minutes in, that's actually pretty good, I think. I think I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. Compared to, comparing War Maiden to Gravechill Killer. Haikatoon died a lot, obviously. She tends to die way more in the second wave for whatever reason. But it looks like I'm not having any trouble filling up the poison bar, or the debuff bar with poisons with just Frozen Banshee. A lot of times when I had Gravechill Killer in there, it would obviously fill up faster, but it only holds, there's only room for 10 debuffs on the debuff bar. So, and a lot of times, poisons were going to waste because the debuff bar was already full. So watch the health chunk away when the dragon takes a turn. poisons deal 57,000 damage each. It's kind of insane. As soon as he gets a turn, he's dead. He's already dead, he just doesn't know it yet. Bam. So not my fastest time, but definitely faster than average. So yeah, 5 minutes 30. When I do this on my phone, it takes about 7 minutes, unfortunately. But I'll keep that. So yeah, we're doing stage 20 dragon, guys. Full auto. That's awesome. I can now say goodbye to 4-star gear when I'm farming dragon, so that's incredible. So last week, when last I talked to you guys, I was about 5 million damage shy of getting a 2 key. Well, that's changed. During CVC, I finished getting defense to 6, and then I went HP from 0 to 6, and I also got 2 points into Spirit HP for High Katoon on Clan Boss. And with these changes, I have 2-keyed Clan Boss. Now, I fell a little bit short today. I think I was 1 million damage shy, so I had to use a 3rd key today. But I think if I just get halfway decent RNG every day, I can 2-key Nightmare and just be done with it. So that's a huge improvement. Another thing that I've done that I've been wanting to mention to you guys, but I keep forgetting, I've stopped using rares as 3-star chickens, and instead I've been filling out my faction guardians. But most importantly, for Clan Boss, I've got 10 out of 10 in Undead Hordes. This is going to boost my Frozen Banshee and my Gravechill Killer. They're getting 10% HP, 10% attack, 7 accuracy, 10% defense, and plus 3 speed, which makes gearing them so much easier. So between these faction guardian bonuses, they're getting 10% more defense, 10% more HP, plus another 10. So they're getting plus 20% HP and defense. And attack, which their damage scales off of attack. So those faction guardian bonuses are actually really massive, and I'm going to continue to keep filling these up as I go. No more using rares as 3-star chickens unless my faction guardians is already full. And I know that it's just a trash rare. Also, since I last talked to you guys, Soul Bond Bowyer, I've leveled her to 50. The reason I haven't 6-starred her yet is because I haven't seen a champion training event that is actually worth the energy, in my opinion. Like, this Deck of Fate event would cost 40,000. I would need 40,000 champion training points to finish to get everything. And there's 2 legendary books in here. Normally, you can just get 1 legendary book for 10,000 champion training points, give or take 100 or so. So in my opinion, it wasn't worth the energy investment to try to chase those legendary books. I can do 20 or 30,000 champion training points and still not get the legendary books. So I decided to wait, and I'm gonna wait until there's another champ training event that's actually worth my energy, in my opinion, before I go ahead and 6-star Soul Bond Bowyer. But something that's really exciting about her, in particular, is because she only needs 75% crit rate, if you look at all of her skills, has an additional 25% chance of inflicting a critical hit, has an additional 25% chance of inflicting a critical hit, has an extra 25% chance of inflicting a critical hit. I only need to gear her with 75% crit rate, and because of that, she is the first champion on my account equipped with crit damage gauntlets. And even though she's only level 50, she's now the hardest hitting champion on my account. She doesn't have masteries either, aside from the 5% crit rate. So once she's level 60, if you look right now, her base attack is 891. If we go to the index and look at her base stats, you can see that she's got 1255. She's gonna gain 50% more base attack at 60. What that means is every piece of gear that I've got on her that gives her attack percentage, like her chest piece, for example, and the extra attack that she gains for her being in a cruel set, so 15% more attack here, like all of it. Anywhere you see attack percentage on any of these pieces of gear, it's gonna like right here on these boots. Look at these boots, by the way. Crit damage, attack percentage, crit rate, defense percentage, speed main stat. Like, these are like S tier boots for my level of account. I'm so stoked. But anyway, anywhere you see attack percentage, that's gonna give even more attack into her build when she's, level 60, because she'll have 50% more base attack. So she's effectively going to be doing 50% more damage than she's already doing now. And then I still have to get her masteries, which is going to boost her damage even more. I'm still not 100% sure which route I want to go for masteries. I could go with War Master for like boss fights and stuff. I can go Helm Smasher to hopefully, you know, do more damage when she does the AoE on her A1, which would also make it so if War Master procs, then her A2 will then be ignoring 100% of enemy defense. It will be dealing true damage. But I don't think I want to go that. I might. I'm still considering it. But another thing I considered is just taking the Flawless Execution for 20% more crit damage, since she's already ignoring 75% defense, actually 80 because she's in a Cruel set. So there's a lot of different ways I could do this, but because I have her in 3 sets that boost her base stats, Lure of Steel is actually going to be a very high value mastery. It's going to give her more crit damage from the crit damage set, it'll give her more attack percentage from the attack percentage set, it's going to give her more speed and more accuracy from the perception set. So she's getting like, I think it'll be like 1 speed, 8 accuracy, 3 crit damage, and like 1 or 2% attack, or something like that. I forget the exact math. It's been a while since I've done this. But I do have enough gems to buy her masteries, which I'm extremely tempted to do, because it takes me like 3 minutes to farm Minotaur, and I would have to farm it 155 times. And it's a nightmare. I'm going to have to try really hard to resist the temptation of doing that. Other news, if you missed the live stream, actually, first of all, if you tuned into the live stream, on Friday night, I was off on Friday because of Good Friday, it was a holiday, so I streamed Friday night instead of my normal Saturday night stream. If you tuned in to the first part of that stream, I apologize, I got disconnected and the stream kind of went to heck. So I troubleshooted the issues, and I fixed it and I went live again. So if you tuned into the first half but then didn't realize that I started streaming again and you want to go check out the second half, that's on my channel. You can go check that out. Anyway, so apologies for that. Secondly, if you did tune in, or sorry, if you didn't tune in, we made a ton of progress. I managed to pump up to stage 17 in Fire Knight, and we made it, obviously, I was able to do 19 on stream. I didn't tackle 20 because it didn't occur to me that I should just shove my clan boss team in there, which has been like the cheesiest way, but it's been working, so like why not keep doing it, right? That my champions are built tanky and there's good poison damage to kill the boss, so I might as well, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. In Spider, right now I'm bottlenecked at stage 15, and I firmly believe that if I can 6-star Soulbond Bowyer, I'll be able to beat this stage. The reason I fail currently is because Soulbond Bowyer becomes the target of the Spiderlings because her max HP is lower than Shield Guard's. So as long as I can build my Soulbond Bowyer with more HP than Shield Guard will resume being the Spiderling tank, and then my Armiger and my Soulbond can manipulate the turn meter of the boss and kill it. So I'm pretty sure once I 6-star Soulbond, I'll be able to auto-farm stage 15. And if not, worst case scenario, I can just wait until I get Drexlar, because he will absolutely wreck Spider all the way up to 20 for me. So, huge gains in Dragon. We can farm 20 now. Huge gains in Fire Knight. Embarrassingly, somebody pointed out in the comments of the live stream, when I was playing with Longsword Torux, he wasn't fully booked, but I thought he was. And in my defense, the reason I thought he was is because when you do this, it appears as though he's fully booked. There's a scroll bar here. So I did not have the 7th book on his A3. So this was on a 4-turn cooldown, and that was causing me some troubles. So thank you to the commenter who pointed that out. I went ahead and booked this A3 to get the cooldown reduced. So now my Longsword Torux officially has a 3-turn cooldown. So thank you for pointing that out. I really appreciate that. and I was a little embarrassed. Actually, when he commented, I got defensive. I was like, "What? I just looked. It's booked." But yes, there's a stupid scroll bar here, which is very annoying and misleading. Anyway, so that problem is fixed, and thank you again to the commenter who pointed that out. Unfortunately, I tried to make a little bit of progress in Scarab King on stream as well, but I just died on the waves. I can't. I'm confident if I can make it to the boss, I'll be 100% fine. But right now the waves are just killing me. Like 3 Krisks on the first wave, plus the Reviver. It's just too much. I can't handle it. So hopefully once Soulbond Bowyer is 6-starred, I'll have enough damage to just punch through and kill the waves, and then everything will be good. I might have to experiment a little bit with the team composition. Eventually I'll get to a point where I have enough Blood Shield accessories on my account where then I won't have to mess around with using Metal Shaper's shield, and then I could just blast with no restrictions, just, you know, balls to the wall. But until then, I just gotta do my best with what I got. So anyway, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If I April fooled you, please let me know in the comments. I like to play pranks, so this has been fun for me. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully I will see you in another video soon, but until next time, happy raiding.